Whoa, 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 whoa. Power Plays Palace, people. We back again, and we are back again. So let's get down to it. All right. So yesterday, what we did was um, we was looking for spy. If it broke out long above the 759.63, it'll be targeting 760.40, 761.50, and 762.50. And if it pulled back and then tried to push up, it'll pull back to about 758.35. And then we'll be looking for target 759.63, 760.40, and 762. But if it doesn't, if we get a rejection around that 759.63, we'll be looking for a little pullback entry between 759.40, 759.80, stop above 760.80, target 758.35, 757.23, and 756. And if there was an early pullback and we couldn't reclaim that 758.35 level, then we'll be looking for an entry around 758.10 to 757.70 with our stop above 759.20, targets being 757.23, 756, and 755.50. And so let's look at what we saw on the chart on yesterday. All right, so yesterday what happened was the SPY opened up around 758.14. It's a little lower than what my chart was on the first side, but on the pullback, it's right in that range. And it pulled all the way back to 754.72 before it worked its way back up to 757. All right, so if you was reading my chart, the pullback area, we got the early pullback, and so that's what happened. And what happened, we got the early pullback, and then it tried to go up and reclaim that 758 area, but it didn't. So we got a pullback down here to 753, 54. And from there, we worked our way back up, and we got to 755 again. And then we pulled all the way back before we closed the day at 754.36. So if we're looking at the chart from yesterday, you can see that we met a lot of our pullback levels. We were actually able to touch. Depending on when you got in, you were able to get to all three levels, even below the lowest level. So overall, I say that is a good day. So that was for yesterday. And if you played the chart yesterday, then that was a good thing, and you was able to get ahead. So let's look at what we have on the chart for today. All right, y'all. So what we got today is, um, and I can show you on the chart real quick. Show you on the chart real quick. What we got today so far this morning is after the end of the day, SPY kept going down overnight, and then it dropped all the way down here to 749, 749, 750 area. And then from there, it consolidated to after it closed 8 o'clock. Then it opened this morning. It opened at 752. And it went up to 752.65. But since then, it's been in this tight $3 range here. Now, I currently have a 15-minute chart up, so it's not really a whole lot of candles. But it gives you a bigger picture. If I switched over to the 5-minute chart, you would see more candles. But as you can see in the pre-market, it's still operating right there. So we got a little gap up on the 5-minute chart. You can really see it from 750. It ran all the way up to 752.49. But you notice how when it's the 15-minute chart, you see how these candles look different because these things happen within those time frames. So you want to see that, but you want to work off of that. But with that being said, let's go back to the chart and go over what we're looking for today. So for today, what we'll be looking for, if SPY can reclaim the pre-market high, We'll be looking at entry around 752.20 to 752.80. Target 751. I'm sorry, I got the Bears up first. Sorry, y'all. Working on this chart, man. Because we're in a bearish trend, if we get a rejection near the pre-market high, we'll be looking for an entry around 752.20 to 752.80. Stop above 754. Our target is going to be 751, 749.80, 748, 746. And if we get an early pullback and it doesn't try to retest those levels and it stays below that 749.81, we'll put our stop at 751.20 and we'll be targeting 748, 746, and 744. And if SPY can go up and reclaim the pre-market high at 752.65, 752.49 area, we'll be looking at an entry between 752.80 and 753.40. Stop below 751.20. Target 753.54, 756, and 758.80. And you want to make sure it breaks and stays above those pre-market highs. And then if we know the RSI was oversold, meaning that the RSI dropped below 30, and it's a little brief pullback before it starts to move up, we'll be looking for that bounce at 749.81 with an entry at 749.80 to 750.40. Stop below 748.20. Target 752, 752.65, and 753.54. And those are our levels for today. And as I showed you on the chart, right now we're in this little tight. It's about a $3. It's about a $3 range, to be honest with you. So what we'll be doing is we'll be waiting to see what happens at open. It's about 8:30, 8:25 right now. So that's the current time. We got like an hour before the market opens. But that's what we're looking at for today on this beautiful Thursday morning. And so if anything, just be safe, be disciplined, and follow your trade plan. The other thing is do not overextend yourself. If you feel like it's not going your way, get out of the trade and fight another day, man. There's nothing wrong with fighting another day. And then we'll go from there. And then we'll build everything, and you'll be one trade at a time. And if it's not a good trade for you, like I said, just get out and start over. Now, that's our trade plan for today. And what we'll do is we'll watch the spot, have us some fun, and make some good trades. If anything I said to you was helpful and it helps make you a better trader, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, let us know how I'm doing. And then from there, hopefully you're calculating a lot of profit, so you'll be happy with that also. And so that's our trade plan for today. It's your boy, man. It's Power Plays Palace, man. We going to be out of here, but I'll catch up with you tomorrow, man. Peace.